If you're here, it's probably because you've been holding too much for too long. Maybe you didn't say anything out loud. Maybe you smiled through it all. Maybe no one even noticed that you're tired. But I want you to know, I see you, because even the strongest people, the ones who carry others, the ones who seem to have it all together, even they break sometimes, and that's okay. So, before we begin tonight, I need you to do something simple for yourself. Turn off the lights. Silence the noise around you. Let your phone rest face down. Close the apps, the tabs, the voices demanding your attention. Take a slow, deep breath in and out. This is your time now. You've given enough to everyone else. Tonight, this space is just for you. You don't need to be anything here. Not strong, not composed, not perfect, just be exactly as you are. Right now, you've likely been told that strength means never breaking, that showing pain is weakness, that falling apart means failure. But what if I told you the truth is the opposite? The ones who feel deeply, the ones who keep going despite their pain, the ones who break and still choose to rise the next day. Those are the strongest of all. And if you're breaking right now, if you're tired, overwhelmed, or quietly falling apart where no one can see, you are not weak, you're human, and you're allowed to break. Let's slow down now. Let your body sink just a little deeper. Loosen your jaw, drop your shoulders. Unclench the fists you didn't even realize you'd made. Feel the weight of your body against the bed or the chair. Let it hold you. Let gravity do the work now. You've done enough. There's a kind of tired that sleep doesn't fix. The kind that seeps into your bones, that lives behind your eyes, that whispers in your mind even when the world is silent. You know that kind, don't you? When you smile so people don't ask questions. When you say I'm fine so they don't worry. When you keep going because stopping feels like failure. But what if I told you, you don't have to earn rest? You don't need to prove how strong you are. You don't need to justify your exhaustion. You don't need a reason to feel broken. You are allowed simply because you exist. Maybe you're the one others depend on. Maybe you're the one who never lets anything slip. The one who says, I got it, even when your hands are full. You carry them. Their worries, their doubts, their needs. And somewhere along the way, you forgot what it feels like to let yourself be held. To let go, to not be the strong one. For just one night. So tonight, I'm here to remind you, you don't have to hold it all. Let your breath slow down now. Feel the rise and fall of your chest. Let it be your anchor. Just this moment, just this breath. You're safe here. Nothing to fix, nothing to hide, only rest. Sometimes the strongest people are the loneliest, not because they have no one around them, but because they've convinced the world and themselves that they don't need help. But you do, and that's okay. Even the strongest break sometimes, and breaking is not the end. It's the moment just before healing begins. We'll talk more in a moment. But for now, breathe. You're allowed to. You're allowed to feel. You're allowed to rest. You're allowed to fall apart and still be whole. This space is yours. You're safe now. You've carried enough, and tonight, you can lay it down. Let's keep breathing together, gently, slowly, without rushing into tomorrow or dragging yesterday behind us. Just here, just now, you're doing enough, simply by being here. You see, strength isn't what the world taught you. It's not silence. It's not keeping everything bottled inside. It's not always being okay. Real strength is in the moments no one sees. When you get out of bed, even when you feel like disappearing. When you show up to work while grieving silently. When you answer, "I'm good," even when you're holding back tears. It's in the moments you could have given up, but didn't. Maybe you've spent years being the reliable one. The one who doesn't cry in public. The one who fixes everything, keeps the peace, holds it together. But inside, you felt it. The moments where your chest tightens and you don't know why. The nights where your mind replays everything you've done wrong. The quiet ache that creeps in when no one's around. That's not weakness. That's wear and tear from carrying too much for too long. You're not falling apart. You're just finally letting the truth surface. Let's sit with that truth for a moment. Let's honor it, not run from it. You've given so much of yourself to others. Time, energy, patience, compassion. And maybe you haven't given yourself. The same night maybe you've been kind to everyone but yourself. You talk yourself out of your own needs. You call your pain dramatic. You bury your sadness so you don't inconvenience others. But let me say something gently, and I hope you let it land. You deserve the same softness you give to the world. There's a quiet kind of grief that lives in strong people. It doesn't always come from one big event. Sometimes it's the accumulation of tiny moments. Saying yes when you wanted to say no. Smiling when you wanted to cry. Helping others when your own cup was empty. Apologizing just to keep the peace. And after a while, you don't recognize yourself. You forget what it feels like to rest without guilt. To sit in silence without panic. To feel joy without waiting for it to vanish. But that part of you, the peaceful one, isn't gone. It's just tired, and tonight you begin to return to it. Let's breathe again, in slowly, and out even slower. Let your spine melt into your bed or your chair. Feel your hands relax. Let your stomach soften. There is no tension needed here. No armor, you're safe. You don't have to be the brave one right now. Let me tell you a story, a real one. Maybe it mirrors yours. There was someone who always smiled, always showed up on time, always helped, even when their world was quietly crumbling. People called them strong, admired them, relied on them, but no one ever asked, "Are you okay?" Because strength can be a disguise, and sometimes being strong becomes a cage. This person, they reached a point where they couldn't fake it anymore. They broke, cried alone in their car, missed calls, stopped replying. And do you know what happened? Nothing shattered. The world didn't end, but something beautiful began. They stopped pretending. They asked for help. They let themselves be seen, not as perfect, but as real. And that's when healing started. You don't need to be a hero tonight. You don't need to hold the entire world on your shoulders. You don't need to pretend you're fine when you're not. You are allowed to say, "I'm tired. I'm not okay. I need rest." Because even the strongest, the most composed, the most reliable, break sometimes, and that's okay. You've been strong for others. Now be soft for yourself. It doesn't mean giving up. It doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're human, and being human, messy, feeling, healing, is the bravest thing of all. Let your body exhale deeply now. Feel that slow sinking warmth spread over your chest. That's not just sleep approaching, that's safety. You're finally letting go. Not all at once, not perfectly, but enough to begin. You've carried so much guilt. Guilt for not being enough. Guilt for not being productive. Guilt for being emotional. Guilt for needing time. But what if you're already enough, exactly as you are? What if you don't have to prove anything to anyone? What if rest is not something you earn, but something you deserve simply for existing? Let that idea settle. Let it soften the sharp edges inside. You are not broken. You are becoming. And tonight, you're finally safe enough to pause. Let's stay here just a little longer. You've made it this far into the night, and that means something. It means you're choosing healing. It means you're letting go, piece by piece, even if you still feel heavy, even if your chest still feels tight. That's okay. Let it pass through. Let it rise and fall like a wave. Don't fight it. You're not supposed to be perfect. You're just supposed to be present. There's this quiet truth you might have forgotten. You don't need permission to rest. Not from your job. Not from your family. Not even from your own inner critic. You've given so much of yourself to the world. Isn't it time to give yourself just one night of peace? Not a vacation. Not a distraction. But real rest. The kind that reaches into your soul. The kind that says, you don't have to hold it all anymore. You can set it down now. Let's do that together. Close your eyes if they're not already closed. Or let your gaze drift into the soft darkness around you. Feel the weight of your body. Notice how the ground holds you without asking for anything in return. You don't have to earn stillness. You don't have to justify being tired. Let your back sink deeper. Let your breathing slow. This is what safety feels like. You just forgot for a little while. Now imagine something with me. There's a bag at your feet, heavy, weathered, filled with all the things you've been carrying, expectations, deadlines, loneliness, the weight of past mistakes, the pain of being misunderstood, all of it packed tightly, dragging behind you for years. And now, you have a choice. You can pick it up again tomorrow, or you can leave it here just for tonight. You can say, I am allowed to put this down. I am allowed to be free, even for a moment. Go ahead, visualize it. You're letting it go. You're not running from it. You're resting from it. There's a difference, because strength isn't about never needing rest. It's about knowing when to stop, to say enough. And that's what you've done by being here. You said, enough pretending, enough pushing, enough punishing myself for being human. And that is strength. Let's talk about something else you might need to hear tonight. You are not a burden, not for needing love, not for being emotional, not for having anxiety, not for being tired. Read that again in your mind. Let it echo. You are not a burden. You are allowed to feel. You are allowed to struggle. You are allowed to ask for comfort and not apologize for it. So many people walk around pretending. They act like they have it all figured out. They smile for the camera. They post their wins. They wear masks. But behind closed doors, they ache just like you. They lie in bed, replaying old conversations. They feel like they're not doing enough. They cry in silence, afraid to be seen as weak. You're not alone in this. Even the ones who seem strong, they break sometimes too, and they deserve softness, just like you do. Take a moment to place your hand gently over your heart. Feel it, beating, steady, patient, still here. That heart has carried you through so much, through grief, through self-doubt, through the days you wanted to disappear, through moments where you smiled while breaking inside, and still it beats. That's not weakness, that's resilience. That's quiet, unshakable power. You don't have to be the version of yourself that everyone expects. You don't have to meet every demand. You don't have to bounce back by morning. There's no timeline for healing, no stopwatch for peace, no deadline for becoming whole again. So tonight, just rest. That's all. No pressure, no performing, no pretending. You're safe. You're home in your own mind, your own breath, your own body. Let the piano beneath this voice be your cradle. Let it carry you. Let it wrap around the thoughts still buzzing in your head and slowly dissolve them. Let go. Let go of the what-ifs. Let go of the should-haves. Let go of the fear that you're behind in life. You are exactly where you need to be. Here, in this stillness, in this quiet return to yourself. Tomorrow will come, and when it does, you'll be stronger for this. But for now, this is enough. You don't have to solve anything. You don't have to prove anything. You don't have to be anyone but who you are. Even the strong break sometimes. And yes, that's still strength. Let's close your mind's door gently now. Leave the noise outside. Leave the guilt on the doorstep. Leave the exhaustion in the air behind you. All that's left here is peace. Let it in, let it soften you, let it carry you into rest. We've walked a quiet path together tonight, a path through the exhaustion you didn't name, through the weight you didn't show, through the strength that sometimes became a prison. And now you've arrived here, at the edge of release, at the doorway of sleep. But not just sleep, the kind of sleep that feels like being held, like floating, like finally exhaling after a lifetime of holding your breath. You've earned nothing tonight, and that's the point. You don't have to earn rest. You don't have to perform for comfort. You don't have to beg for permission to feel peace. You're allowed. You always were. Maybe no one told you that before, but I am telling you now. Let everything slow down with me. Let the rhythm of your breath match the gentle hum beneath this voice. Soft, safe, steady. You're not late. You're not lost. You're not too broken to be whole again. Right now, you're enough, exactly as you are. There is nothing else to do. No one to respond to. No image to maintain. No conversation to rehearse. No mistake to replay. No future to fear. Only this moment. And your breath. You've made it here, and that is more than enough. You've shown strength in silence, in showing up every day when your heart wasn't in it, in being kind when you were hurting, in putting one foot in front of the other when no one clapped. That strength is real, but so is this, the softness, the surrender, the gentle fall into the quiet. Sleep is not the end. It's the beginning of healing. Let your body feel heavier now. Let your arms and legs melt deeper into the surface beneath you. Let your thoughts slow, like clouds drifting across a moonlit sky. Nothing to force, nothing to stop, just rest. If your mind tries to wander, if old worries knock on the door again, let them pass through like waves. You don't need to grab them. Just notice and release again and again. Inhale, peace. Exhale, pressure. Now gently listen to these words. Let them repeat softly in your chest. Let them echo as you fade. I am not a burden. I am allowed to rest. Even in my breaking, I am still whole. I don't have to be strong tonight. It's okay to let go. It's okay to stop. I am enough. I am safe. I am healing. I am allowed to fall asleep without guilt. Imagine a gentle warmth now, like soft light wrapping around your body, a blanket made of forgiveness, of stillness, of love, not from others, but from within. It hums quietly through your ribs. It surrounds your thoughts. It rocks you gently into quiet. That's the feeling of finally letting go. That's the feeling of coming home to yourself. You don't need to hear much more now. No more words are needed. No more strength is required. If you're still awake, that's okay. If you're already drifting, that's perfect too. This voice is just a hand beside yours now. No longer guiding, just staying. You're safe, so let it all go now. Let sleep come as it wishes. Let silence speak louder than the chaos ever did. Let yourself be still, and stay that way. Not because you finished something, not because you earned this, but because you exist. And that's reason enough to rest, even. The strong break sometimes, and you've broken open into something softer, something truer, something beautiful. That's not weakness, that's healing. Now close your eyes, feel your breath become slower, and trust the stillness it will hold you. Just like you've held everything else, only now you don't have to anymore. Not tonight, not here. Sleep well, you're safe, you've done enough.